Well, you're here because you filled out a survey about a guy and he scored a C. In many important ways, this guy is falling short. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you, things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10 dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10 dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He's not just talking for show, he's likely to go far in his career because he works hard and doesn't get distracted easily. He will keep pushing forward, often putting his job first and making bold decisions to get ahead. But remember, his success will mostly be about him alone, not about bringing others up with him or sharing credit.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he doesn't fall apart or panic. He tends to stay calm and keeps moving forward, trying different ways to fix the problem without giving up. Instead, he will focus on finding solutions and pushing through any setbacks.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People at work might respect him for how hard he works and how smart he is, but they probably won't find him easy to get along with. He speaks his mind without worrying much about how others feel, so arguments and misunderstandings are common around him. Respect might come, but warm relationships and teamwork will usually be missing.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you shine in your own career, he won't feel jealous or insecure, but don't expect him to be your biggest cheerleader either. He's focused on his own success and isn't the type to worry about competition from you. Your good news might get a nod, maybe a short, good job, and then he'll move on to his own work.
What if you start earning more than him?
He isn't the type to secretly resent you or feel insecure if you earn more than him. His self worth doesn't depend on out earning you. What matters most to him is his own progress and getting things done his way. You won't see sulking, jealousy, or power games from him about your pay.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He is not the type to spend money carelessly, but he also doesn't fuss over every little detail or plan out every expense. He makes big money decisions confidently and isn't likely to waste on silly things. Overall, he's bold with money but not reckless.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He usually lives within his means and doesn't put on a show to look richer than he is. He prefers to focus on real achievements, not on impressing others with flashy things or fake stories. You won't see him wasting money just to keep up appearances or please others.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He isn't naturally open handed or warm, so you might not see him giving freely, whether it's money or kindness. He's not stingy in a negative way, but he doesn't go out of his way to help or share, and small acts of kindness may not come easily for him. It's not that he holds everything back, but giving is simply not where his heart lies, either with money or affection.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He's straightforward when it comes to money and won't try to hide things or play games. You won't have to worry about secret bank accounts or sneaky spending behind your back. He says things as they are, even if his words are blunt, and he expects the same in return.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He is likely to believe that housework isn't really his responsibility and may expect you to handle most of it. Helping out with chores is usually not a priority for him, and he might not notice when things need to be done around the house. To him, work outside the home is where his energy belongs, and household tasks may seem less important.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He is more likely to stay on the sidelines when it comes to chores and taking care of children, including diapers. If you ask, he might give advice or point out what needs to be done, but he rarely jumps in and does the work himself. You might end up doing most of the hands on work while he supervises or gives instructions.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
Most of the time, he cares more about proving his point than really listening to yours. If there's a disagreement, he will likely argue his side strongly and push for you to see things his way. He finds it hard to step into your shoes or show empathy during tough talks.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he doesn't scream or throw things, but he can be very sharp with his words. He might say things that feel cold or hurtful because he doesn't really filter himself when upset. He's more likely to criticize or brush off your feelings than to be comforting.
Does he have a bad temper?
No, he doesn't get angry very quickly. He keeps a steady head and doesn't explode at small things, so you won't have to tiptoe around him or worry about sudden outbursts. However, when he does get upset, his words can feel harsh or cold.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He finds it very hard to say sorry or admit when he's wrong. If something goes wrong, he's more likely to explain why it wasn't really his fault or even suggest you should have done things differently. He believes strongly in his own way, so admitting mistakes doesn't come naturally.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He will respect a clear no, and he's not the type to push you past your limits once you've said it. He understands firm boundaries and usually listens when you draw the line. If you are straightforward, he will honor your boundaries.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
No, he doesn't take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. He's practical about these things and won't sulk, get angry, or guilt trip you because you said no. He doesn't dwell on it or let it affect his mood for long.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
Yes, you can trust him not to use private moments against you or to hurt or embarrass you later. He's straightforward and doesn't believe in playing games with someone's trust. Even if he gets upset or you argue, he isn't the kind to throw personal things back in your face.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is not easily distracted by other women and tends to stay focused on his own commitments and goals. Loyalty is part of his straightforward nature. He isn't one to play around or flirt behind your back. Faithfulness is something you can expect from him.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
He is not overpossessive or jealous by nature. He doesn't waste energy on controlling where you go or who you talk to, and he isn't the type to keep checking up on you or get suspicious without reason. He values his own independence and expects you to have yours too.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
No, with him, what some call protective is not about controlling you. He doesn't hover, make rules for you, or try to run your life in the name of caring. His focus is on his own world, not on managing yours.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He will likely expect you to do most of the work when it comes to parenting. He doesn't naturally see raising kids as a shared responsibility and may leave things like school, homework, or daily care mainly to you. Unless you ask for help very directly and set clear rules, he won't step in on his own.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
He will usually stay calm when the kids mess up or get upset. He won't yell or lose his temper easily, and big emotional outbursts are rare with him. Instead, he may deal with things by talking directly to the kids, sometimes in a blunt or strict manner.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He is likely to support you handling your own life and responsibilities, but he may not go out of his way to encourage you or make you feel special as both a mother and an individual. He respects independence as long as you manage everything well yourself. You'll have freedom, but warmth and shared pride may be limited.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
No, he isn't the type to suddenly change his mind and ask you to quit your career after having a child. He tends to leave you to your own choices and doesn't get deeply involved in what you do as long as you handle your responsibilities. You probably won't see much pushback or guilt tripping if you keep working after becoming a mother.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He will mostly act polite on the surface with your parents and may not show much genuine warmth or affection. He will do the basics out of respect, attending functions and talking when necessary, but it may feel a bit formal or distant. He avoids being rude, but also doesn't open up or make much effort to create a real bond. He's not likely to make big efforts to adjust to your family's ways. Instead, he will expect them to fit around his style and preferences.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
He will stay calm and not lose his temper, but his way of handling it can make things worse. He can be blunt, stubborn, and not very understanding. So instead of smoothing things over, he might say or do things that increase the tension. He won't try to find a gentle or thoughtful way to handle family problems. His focus is on setting things straight his own way, even if it leaves everyone feeling hurt or uncomfortable.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he's the kind of man who might act modern and independent with you in private, but expect you to follow traditional gender roles in front of his relatives. He could want you to dress, speak, or behave a certain way to meet his family's standards, even if he doesn't follow those rules himself. While he may not say it openly at first, his expectations can become clear during family events or gatherings.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension with his relatives or family, he is more likely to stay out of it rather than support you openly. He won't rush to defend you or take your side in front of others, especially during disagreements or awkward moments. If you need a partner who stands up for you, this could feel disappointing.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
He's not really a mummy's boy, as he values his own space and doesn't let anyone control him, not even his mother. However, he also won't easily choose your side in a conflict with her. Most of the time, he'll stay neutral or avoid the situation instead of standing up for you or for her.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
He is not the type to share every detail of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. He keeps personal matters to himself and values privacy, handling issues between you and him without involving others. Problems stay private, giving you more space to work things out together.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So that's the story. This guy scores a C. In many important ways, This guy is falling short of the standard we would want. Being in a relationship with this man, day in and day out, can feel very lonely and practical. You will find him focused on his own work and goals, often leaving you to handle home and family matters by yourself.